Remember last time we met in the optional session in February, I thought I hit record and I left my desk that night and went, got ready for bed, read a book or whatever, and then went to bed. Get up the next morning thinking that my video had processed and only to find out that it had not. So, because I never hit record. So we are definitely recording now. I can see that you all should have had a notification saying recording in process, or in progress. So we are going to have a recording of this session, which is good. A couple of other quick things. Just wanted to let you know that one of our fellow DGEs, Lion Ron Bonnell, has had a family tragedy. His son passed away unexpectedly in early December. So Ron is very much wishes he could be with us for all of our sessions, but odds are he's not going to be able to do some family things that are going on post the loss of his son. So if you could keep him in your thoughts, and if you are so inclined, prayers, that would be awesome. He will be joining us as he can and when he can. So if you're wondering where Ron is, that is where Ron is. Another question that's come up quite frequently, and mostly from Michael Ryan, who I don't believe was able to join us tonight, but Michael had been asking about traveling before and after the International Convention in Montreal, and would LCI cover costs? I don't remember if I shot you an email on this after I heard from LCI, but yes, they do cover the cost, but what they do pay for is what it would cost for your flight to and from on the approved travel dates. And then any discrepancy difference between those approved travel date costs and what your extended stay costs are, you would be responsible for out of your own pocket. So above and beyond any of your other travel expenses you would incur. So if you're so inclined to want to stay and visit the beautiful city of Montreal and kind of do some sightseeing, it is still definitely an option for you. And I also understand from our travel department that they're going to start reaching out to governors starting next week, or governor-elects, excuse me, starting next week to begin scheduling your travel to the LCI convention. So they're expecting that to take up to a month or so to get through, you all. So be patient, but you should be hearing from someone sometime in March about your personal travel arrangements to the International Convention.
Yeah, but Jody, Jody, sorry, I read your email and also the details of the traveling. With regards to the vaccination and visa and so on, the only thing is that I'm a little bit concerned, because he says that when you reach the port, right, then it's up to the immigration whether to admit you to the country.
So I also have concerns. I think we all have concerns. I have hopes. Here in the US, the rate of COVID has plummeted this last month. With any luck, it's doing the same in Canada, and we're not going to have to worry about all of this by the time travel comes. At this point, I can't answer a lot of questions on that. When you speak to the travel representative, they'll help you work through all of that. And the only thing I can tell you is if you do need a visa to get into Canada, now is the time to apply for that visa. If you go to the LCICon website, there is a place on there about visas. And I think you have to have a letter. I can't remember what the letter's called. There's a letter, some sort of letter you need to be able to apply for a visa. Make sure you apply for that visa as soon as possible to make sure that you have it in time to be at the LCI convention.
The rules in Canada have changed, Jody, and they are relaxing. As of March 1st, you don't have to have proof. I wouldn't say proof of vaccination, but anyway, you're going to be able to come into the country and not have to get a test and get quarantined for 2 weeks if you don't pass it and whatever. So it's going to be a lot easier for people. I don't think we're going to have a problem unless we get a spike.
Oh, that's fantastic news. Thank you for that update.
Thank you.
So the one other piece I wanted to let you all know, speaking of coming to the convention in Montreal, I have heard from a handful of governors elect from our own group that they are not going to be able to attend the convention in person. LCI is aware of that, and they're working on a plan for how that's going to work and what's going to happen with that. As soon as they have that information available to us and then they announce that, whatever that plan is, I will let you all know. As of right now, I have no idea. So all I know is they're working on it. So just in case yourself or some of your fellow governors you've heard from are not planning to come, you can let them know it's in the works as well. And we should hear, I was told soon. So whatever soon means, we should know soon. And that was all I had before I wanted to start sharing the Chime platform. Does anyone else have any questions before we get into Chime? Because we'll have time at the end also for questions, I believe.
Well, my last question, Jody, is you keep saying that we're going to get a login for mobile solutions at chime.live. And I haven't got one. The only way I got on to this was using your access to Zoom. So just so you know, I don't know if I got to have that or if this is good or.
So this link that we're working on tonight is a one-off link just for this meeting. I am putting in the chat window right now the link to the site for the Chime Live. Chime Live's link, I sent this out in an email to you all earlier today as well. It was about a title. Let me look at what the title was. The email was titled Virtual DGE School 1 Week Away. And this link and this information is in there as well. So you will be able to find it there. Essentially, it is that link to access the website, and your ID is your email address. So your personal email address that you are registered in My LCI with. And then your member ID, which is your Lion member number. Some call it a member number, some call it a member ID. So as long as you have that link, that 2022 DGE seminar.us.chime.live, and you can bookmark that, you should have your own ID being your own email address and your own member ID for your password. So you should be able to log in. Lions Club, I just was on another training and our last session as group leaders before this morning. And they are strongly recommending that you all log into Chime Live over the weekend at the latest, just to make sure everything's working. If you can't get logged in, then you need to let me know and we'll see what we can work through. Greg, did you have a question?
I don't know if it works for everybody else, but when I've logged in the first time to Chime and put in my email address and my Lion number, from then on, when I logged in, it automatically went to it. I didn't have to re-enter any information.
Excellent. I should also mention, because I've already logged in, I can't get to that window again either. When you log in the first time, it's going to have a rules type of thing, and you need to accept whatever it is asking. Otherwise, you will not be able to log into the Chime Live site. It's nothing unusual from what I read when I logged into it. So hopefully you'll be able to get in there. And again, if you have any problems, please let me know, and we'll get you support either through myself or others as we move along. So that's how you log in. Bill, does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense. I just am not getting that. You know, I got your join meeting thing for tonight and everything. It's all good. And then I do see a paste this into your browser, causetheworld.zoom.us, whatever.
So that was just tonight's meeting. So that's
right.
Not, so that doesn't have that going forward. This is only the one-off. So you'll need to use that either if you did not get the email from the Chime Live people, you can use the information I sent you. It's in the chat window or in that email I sent you earlier today.
Yeah, well, it's not in there, or why? Maybe I'm just not reading this right. That's okay.
You don't have to, you didn't get.
I got your email. I got your email, but
it doesn't say Chime Live accent and site link.
Jody,
no, it says Chime platform overview.
Jody,
So,
I go into Google, and if you just type in 2022 DGE, it automatically fills it out. Seminar US Chime Live.
Excellent. Perfect.
So
That's
if you
perfect.
use Google browser, it'll automatically fill it out.
Let me
Yeah,
go back
I
to
got that.
Beryl for a second. The email I sent out at 1:42 PM Central Time is labeled virtual DGE school 1 week away.
Yep, I'm seeing that one.
And
On
in
my
there
phone.
is the link that you're looking for
Site link, yep, there it is.
and all the other information that we've got there. So
Okay, yep,
you should be able to get there even without that.
okay, thank you. I'm a little old, I just don't follow all
No
this. computer.
worries. This is why we're doing this, is to make sure everyone can get what they need so that by the time we hit this next Friday night, we can hit the ground running or go right away. Yes, Greg.
I can't overemphasize what you said. Once you open it up, if you'll take that tab and make it into a bookmark, then you don't have to go to that link anymore. That tab or that bookmark will automatically move you to where you need to be.
And it's going to be an important link for you for between now and June 30th. We'll have access and be working through that Chime Live platform between now and June 30th. So I know we had a couple of others join us here. We have HK, we've got Grant, and I know you guys are off camera. Didn't know if you wanted to pop in and say hi. You don't need to if you don't want to, but I'm going to start if you want to. Yay, there he is. Good morning. To both
Morning,
of you, actually, I believe.
everybody.
Yeah, hi.
Good
Hi,
morning.
hi, hi.
Morning. Or good
Excellent.
night.
Yeah. Well, excellent. So I'm going to start walking through the Chime Live platform. And I'll remind you that when I'm sharing my screen, you all have the ability to mute and unmute yourselves. And please feel free to ask questions, unmute yourselves to ask, because I may or may not see the chat window fly by as we're going there. So what I'm showing you now is once you have logged in that first time to Chime Live, this is what you're going to see. This is the home screen that you come to each time with the program. And we're going to start off down on the left-hand side, and then we're going to go up here and go through the items up here in the upper right in a minute or a little bit here. But this is a very logical site, as we mentioned earlier. It starts out with a welcome from Vice President Brian and PID Bruce, our chair of the DGE school. The agenda. This is what is a very, very, very important portion of how you're going to navigate the system. Sorry, I'm watching to try and keep an eye on who's coming in at the same time as well here. I'm going to block a little bit here just so I can make sure I can see if someone's coming in. So the agenda area has a number of items. We're going to talk about my schedule in a minute. This area is the area that you can pick the date of when an assignment comes out. All the way down at the bottom of it, there is an option to pick all days. And when you pick all days, it shows you everything throughout that entire session or schedule, excuse me, for whichever track you've chosen. So for example, there is 4 different tracks that you can choose from. So there's a GAT LCIF staff track, and this allows you to be able to contact them and on these different dates to be able to contact different staff members. If you want to add this to your personal schedule, you just click on the little ribbon and it will add it to your schedule. So I'm going to hit my schedule here a second, and you will be able to see that I've added those items to my personal schedule. This works the same in any of the tracks. So anything you want to have on your schedule is there. I don't really want that on my schedule, to be honest with you, because it will just make a bigger amount of things. But this is where also you're going to find those general session videos. I don't remember who was asking about the general session videos earlier, but they are available under all days, general sessions to be able to get here. I am going to click on these because I want to make sure I don't miss them. Once you get in here, you could click on opening ceremony and LCIF. And just so you know, they are actually already out. LCI has told us that they will have the videos out there the Monday in Central Time Zone, Monday at 8 a.m. prior to our trainings each week. So if you click on opening ceremony, it brings you to the opening ceremony. You can make it larger and actually take it out to a different browser. And when this loads, I don't have audio on, so you're not going to hear anything, but it will start to play for you. So the videos for this week are both available right now. I watched them both earlier today and they're very well done. Particularly listening to Vice President Brian and PID Bruce is incredibly motivating and really exciting to see where they're coming from. You're also the first people on the planet who are going to get to see Vice President Brian's introduction video about who he is and how he works. So that's part of this opening ceremony this week. If you click on the one for next week, these are not yet available, and it will tell you that access is denied right now. As soon as they become available, you'll be able to get them into those just like we did the others. Any questions on those videos?
Jody, this is Jeanette. I don't have a question on the video, but you and I kind of communicated a little earlier about the tab that says download to your calendar.
Yes.
So I did that and it goes to Outlook, and I'm just curious as to what we need to do.
Let's get through the rest of these and then we'll go through and we'll try. I don't have Outlook, so the only calendar that this is available to download to is Microsoft Outlook. And if you have Outlook, you can download any of these of your schedule into the your Outlook calendar. If you do not, you will just need to be within Chime or put it on your calendar yourself.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
All right, so I'm still on all days here, as you can see. Let's take a look at what the tasks are. So right now, there was a number of things that you could be in here learning about the Chime app. You can explore the virtual seminar platform, complete your profile, which we're going to look at in a minute, complete your networking profile, more exploring of the platform. So once you've done these things are grayed out, so you don't need to do them again. Any new tasks that come up will show up in the window here. Oh, look at, here you go. Complete more, and I haven't gone through all of these things yet. So you can go through and take a look at all of these pieces and all of your tasks. Again, you can add those to your calendar. A number of you have asked where we're going to get our links to our actual DGE virtual seminar classes, and this is where it is. It is under virtual training sessions. When you click on virtual training sessions, I'm already going to scroll down apparently, you'll see that on March 4th, we have a link here to welcome and orientation from 1900 to 2100 Central Standard Time. This is, you click on that and you will click here to join the live virtual session. This isn't going to let us go here because it's not available yet, but once it becomes available, you'll be able to click on go to the session and it will bring you into the Zoom session that we'll be training out of. A couple days after each session, the recording of the session will be available, and it's going to be available in the same spot. Instead of saying join live virtual session, it's going to say view live virtual session, and you'll be able to click on it and view the recording at any time after it becomes available. Does that make sense to everyone? Remembering I can't see any of you, so voices are good.
Yes.
Any questions from anyone on how to get into the agenda or the schedule?
I think we can spend time navigating this before.
Yes, you all have access right now, so you can go in and play with it a bit and see how it works for you. I am going to be around all weekend. I've got a couple of Lion events during the day and then during the evening tomorrow night. But if you have questions or get stuck, please reach out and I will do what I can to assist you. So let me show you what happens now when I hit my schedule, by the way. You can see on my schedule that all the items that I've highlighted and clicked on are now showing up on my schedule. And this is where Jeanette was talking about being able to download this. And I can't remember, I think it's over here as I recall, because it wasn't relevant to me. I apologize. I did not pay that close of attention, I guess, on how to download it. Jeanette, did you have a way to download this? Did you want to pop in here?
I did not have a way to download it.
All right.
Just because of the Outlook.
Yeah,
I will-
I don't, yeah, Jody, I don't use Outlook. I use a Mac computer, and it allowed me to put it on my calendar for that particular, like seminar welcome and orientation for that particular date.
Oh, here,
But it-
download the calendar.
Yeah, yeah, and just say okay if that's the one you want to use. And it downloaded for that particular day on my calendar, but I didn't get it to open up from my calendar, the actual video or whatever.
So that's good to know. It's a individual download on each one of these individual sessions. It sounds like it works with Mac. I can't get it to work with Google. So if you can, and it obviously works with Outlook. So you can play with that as much as you'd like and see if you can get that to work with your own setup. Otherwise, you're just going to need to log in or put it on your calendar on your own to make sure that you have it there. Other questions or comments on the schedule or the agenda, excuse me?
I'm guessing it's rather redundant that we should check these 4 areas that you're highlighting right there each day, just to make sure there's not an assignment to do. Can we do those assignments before that particular date?
Yes, if there's a task that's been assigned in the system, if it's clickable, it is doable.
Okay.
So if you click on the link and it lets you through, you can go through and handle that task. Oops, I don't have.
What about the other 3 areas? Can you do that as well?
Yes. And
Okay.
some of these you're going to see down here because we're going to cover GAT and LCIF staff here in a second. And really what that is if you've scheduled an appointment with either the GAT team or the GAT or LCIF staff, it's going to show up on your calendar or on your agenda as an item. So until you do so, there won't be anything in that track for you to look at. The general sessions, like I said, will be available. So this one was available as of today, these videos. So the videos for the following session will be available probably by next Friday or the weekend. And so on and so forth with the 3rd round of training as well.
So even though it says February 28th, we can open it now?
Yes, they loaded them this morning, actually, because I was
Okay.
able, I heard from one of the district governor-elects in my own district, and the district governor-elect in my district, and he said he'd already watched them. I'm like, hey, I didn't even realize they were out yet. So I did watch them, and they are worth the watch.
Jody, I have a question. You know, you had said that when you click on my schedule, everything came up. But mine shows up when I don't have it. And when I click on my schedule, everything is blue.
Well, the blue tab represents that you've
No, the screen
highlighted.
is blue.
You and I might, when we get to the end of the call, you might need to show me what you're referring to,
Okay.
Jeanette, because I'm not sure I understand, and we can maybe work through it one off before we hang up this evening.
Okay.
Jody, what she needs to do, and I just ran into that, is if you go into, let's say, the opening ceremony in LCIF, if you click on that little ribbon and it turns blue, you download it to your calendar. If you go back and to my schedule, it will show up on my schedule.
So you needed to add it to your calendar then? Because I think you shouldn't have to add it to your calendar. It should
Well, you
automatically.
don't have to add it to your calendar, but the little ribbon has to be blue.
Yes, the little ribbon needs to be blue. I think someone needs to mute. I'm not sure who that is. Let me stop sharing and see if we can,
I think it's Connie's. It's Connie's.
let me see if I
Ah,
can.
she just muted. She
Oh,
just muted. Okay.
perfect. Let's go back to the screen share. So does the agenda overall make sense? I obviously, as Dale said, with some playing in there a little bit. The calendar part of it is not ideal with only working with Microsoft Outlook, but I think we can all work around that as long as we know when our trainings are. And we realize that we just have to go in there to be able to download or to be able to log in to our training sessions. All right, let's go back to the screen here. Next up, you have your leader. The next link is about our seminar team. And under that link, you can see the leadership team, which includes VP Brian, PIDs Bruce and Elizabeth, and all the rest of us that are acting as group leaders and associates who are supporting all of us as group leaders. So if you're looking to reach out to Dennis Kelly, you'll be able to see him here. And if he fills out his bio, you'll be able to see his bio there. I did fill out my bio. So once one of us fills out our bio, it gives us when we're speaking what we're doing, and you'll be able to see if you're trying to catch up with someone. VP Brian is a really good one to look at for this. So if you really don't want to miss VP Brian and when he's talking, well, we'll get back to Brian. You'll see that apparently his schedule doesn't show up either. Well, that's interesting. I thought the gentleman that showed us this the other day was had a super login, and we could see all of that. The other thing under here that's nice is they do have the presenters here. So President Doug, all of the people who are presenting to us throughout, including our motivational speaker and others from LCI and LCIF staff. So for example, we have a lot of questions we know about convention. So we got Caroline Keogh coming in, who is the convention division manager, and James Finn, who's handling all the registration and housing department managing. So you should be able to have conversations with them. There will be presentations about it, so you'll be able to catch up and understand what's going on. So that's what you find under the seminar team. It's mostly just an FYI of where you're going to find the people. Evaluation is going to be a very important tab for you. So I'm going to shut this off for a second and ask for a show of hands. How many of you have filled out an evaluation and felt like it was a complete waste of time because you know nothing changed and no one ever looked at what you sent in? I promise.
That you thought it was a waste of time?
Yeah, because they never looked at it again. They had you fill out an evaluation, they took it and threw it in the garbage or recycled it, and it never made any difference. So I will tell you that that is not the case with this evaluation from the LCI leadership team. The leadership team for the DGE school takes everything and every bit of feedback to heart. They are looking for information from each and every one of us to help improve the experience for next year. So filling out those evaluations after each session is very important. I'm going to go back to sharing screen and I'll show you what it looks like. So at the end of each session, I'm going to prompt you to do an evaluation. You can do it right away, or you can wait and do it at your leisure, but please, again, please do that. So it warns you again that it's going to open in another window. And when it opens, it goes through and has you rate your level of agreement from strongly disagree, neutral, neither disagree or agree, and strongly agree. As you go through this, I don't know if it'll let me do this. Yeah, it makes me, let's just put everything as neutral. They're gonna, by the way, they're going to be racing all this data this week after this weekend. So they then ask you for your input on how the district goals assignment could be improved. So we're just gonna make up some stuff here. Gobbledygook, and fill that in. So each one of these offers you the opportunity to click on just some generic your answers and go through and give more data, more information that's specific to you. It's a really nice, clean, and simple platform for you. If you say no, it's going to tell you again that it's going to ask, I believe, to explain why it wasn't helpful. So you can get a lot of information and be able to share a lot of information with Lions Clubs International. And it's something that they're going to really, again, they're going to review every bit of it and add it to everyone else's comments and be able to go from there. So I'm going to get out of this because we don't need to be here anymore. I think I'm going to get out of this anyways. Might have to just back out of it. And maybe it won't like that and we'll start over again. But any questions on the evaluations? They're pretty straightforward. Was that a question?
Jody, it's Dwayne here. Just wondering, I know we do a lot of evaluations with regards to work, and they are apparently anonymous. Is that the case with these evaluations as well?
Correct. That's a really great question. These are anonymous, so you can feel free to fill them out. If you would like to make more specific comments, then you would like to have a conversation, I'm sure we can arrange that as well. But these evaluations themselves are anonymous.
Okay, thank you.
Great question.
Now, what does it mean week 1, week 2, week 3?
So week 1, we have 2 sessions. We have the one on Friday night, and week 1 is seminar welcome orientation. That will be the first one. Then on Saturday night, next Saturday, we're going to do becoming a whole leader.
Okay.
So it's basically the weeks of our training schedule. Knowing that we have a week off in between, we have this first week and then we take a break and then we come back again for the second week after that.
Jody, this is Jeanette. You know, you talked about the seminar team. Now, if you go to the presenters and just click on like Brian Sheehan down on the bottom, it has when he's going to talk. Are these going to be recorded if we cannot?
All sessions are recorded. They're
Okay.
only live sessions that are going to happen are the sessions that we do for these 6 sessions. And those 2 are being recorded, as you know, and you'll be able to access those either if you can't make it to a session or if you'd like to review a session again.
Okay.
Great question.
Jody, it's Grant, Victor Gordon. Just wanted to let you know that I really love the online content. I've been looking at the site so far and also doing these online sessions. The recording of them has been fantastic because it means we can obviously get back where we need to look at stuff. So really, really impressed. And the learning modules that we've covered off so far, really short, succinct, just some of the best that I've seen. In contrast, multiple districts in Australia at the moment are sort of setting up 3-day face-to-face workshops to recover, would appear to be, to cover off the content of what we're going to be looking at in the DGE school. So I'm perhaps not looking forward to that bit as much as I am looking forward to the online stuff that we're doing with you. But I just wanted to let you know it's great.
Grant, that's fantastic feedback. Thank you for that. I will tell you that the content that you're going to get from your multiple district leadership team coordinator should be different than our content that we're presenting because they have a different set of curriculum. So hopefully it will all be valuable and it'll be a great bonding experience for you face-to-face. I miss our face-to-face trainings. I can't wait to see those of you who can make it to Montreal face-to-face. So
yeah, no, it's great. We're sort of looking forward though to at least some online fellowship. We've started that in our groups in Australia. So the DGEs, we're actually meeting socially online at Friday nights with our families and doing a catch up. So we're starting to get to know each other outside of what we've traditionally been those times when we could catch up face to face. So it's been good.
oh, fantastic. And I hope all of our groups are doing that in their multiples, just getting to know their councils because you all are it in a couple of months. So any other questions or comments before we move on to resources?
I have one more. This is Jeanette. You guys are going to get sick of me asking questions, but on the times, are they central?
The times are, oh, that is a fantastic question. Thank you for the reminder. The times are in your own time zone. So when Connie or HK or KK or any of you, or open it up, it will show your time zone. If I open it, it shows my time zone. If Jeanette opens it, it shows her time zone. So it should be in your own home time zone that you are seeing those times. Great
That's
question.
correct. Yeah, it seems to be working well. I've got your Friday's my Saturday, so that suits me, and your Saturday's Sunday for me. So both of those work really well. Thank you.
Perfect. All right, so some of you have been asking me, and we can come back to more questions, for different items, the pre-assignments and this participant manual and other items. LCI has put a resource page together for you with PDFs of everything that you're looking for at this point. This will be added to as we move along. The pre-assignment booklet is here. These are all fillable PDFs. So you can fill it out on the electronic file and don't have to print it out, but they're also printable and you can print it if you so choose. So I don't remember who was looking for the information about the 5 outcomes for successful change. That was during the fog of my post-operation. So I do know one or two of you were asking me for the change model and what it was. There is a handout here of that for the 5 outcomes for successful change. So that you can download and use with your people to help get them on board with change and also to cement your skill set in that area. We've got the guidelines for resolving conflict. Down here, this last item on the right is the user guide for Chime. I believe I sent this to you last week, but it's here for you at all times to download as a PDF and be able to search through. I went through the book and it is, let's see if we can get this to, it's not going to show up for you guys because it's in a different window. I went through it and it's a very nice user's guide that really helps answer the questions in very clean, easy language. So if you get stuck and you can't find me, this is a good place to be able to go for any sort of questions on Chime Live. We're going to talk about the help desk in a minute and there's more help there.
So do you have a question?
Sure.
Will this be available to us after we start being district governor by going to this page? Or do we need to go ahead and print out each one of the PDFs or save them on a file?
So that's another great question. So this platform is only going to be available through June 30th. So if you want any of these pieces, you should download them and or print them before June 30th.
Okay.
And these are, again, available right now when you log in. So once you download the PDF, you can share it with whomever you'd like on your own team and beyond. So just FYI. The other thing I don't know if any of you have seen yet is, let's see, I'm going to stop sharing one screen and start sharing another one here just a second. There is a special discount for all of you. I'm going to share a different screen here just a second. As soon as it gets up here. A special discount for you all at the LCI store. And I'm pointing this out because it's only good February 28th through March 31st. If your district orders name badges for your cabinet or there's other materials you want to order as a district governor from the LCI store, this is a very nice discount because you get 20% off the cost of your order. So you may want to take a look at your budget for this next year, maybe work with your current district governor to see if you can tap into some funds early as need be. But this is something that if you have a need would be really great to be able to take advantage of. So that
Jody, I ordered all my stuff today.
Oh, you know what? Dale, why don't you contact the LCI store and let them know?
Okay.
I think if you contact them directly, they would probably honor that 20% off discount for you.
Okay.
I can't guarantee it, but I would be surprised if they didn't. So that's the resources area. Again, you know, very logical. The resources area does get a little, I would say it could potentially get a little messy because it doesn't have any formatting. It's just files. But as long as you kind of keep on top of it, you can see what's there, you'll know what's there, and as they add new things. Any other questions or comments on resources? Hearing none, let's move on to our LCIF page. If you all are not yet aware, we are wrapping up Campaign 100 at the end of this Lions year on June 30th. And one of Vice President Bryan's goals is to get every Lion to be donating to LCIF, whether it's $5 or $50,000 or whatever it is they can afford. So there's information here about Campaign 100, and we'll talk about all of this in detail a little later, what all these statistics are here. But there's a lot of information about Campaign 100, whether you want to donate, see what the Campaign 100 page is on their website, or pledge. So a donation is a one-off donation. A pledge is a longer term that you want to donate, you know, $500 a year for the next 3 years, whatever that might be. All of these links here at the top of this page take you out to the LCIF website for more information. So just as an FYI, we have a session on LCIF coming up as part of one of our 6 sessions. And also there is a segment in the videos for you to watch for this week from LCIF on Campaign 100. And it's led by President Doug, as he will be your LCIF chairman next year as you are district governors. So that is the LCIF page. And there's even more LCIF information, because as you look down to the next link, you'll see as you click that on that little caret, this LCIF page is a way to reach out to the LCIF staff. It also, if it ever comes up here, let me see if I can post that PDF. It shouldn't be causing a problem, but oh, this is the technology is a beautiful thing when it works. As this is loading, this page has more information on LCIF itself and how you're going to be able to utilize grants, information on grants, a video from President Doug, a ways to give. Stories of Pride is a really cool spot for you to find stories of inspiration about how Lions across the globe are being impacted with LCIF money to make a difference in their communities. The grant toolkit is already also here, and this includes emergency grants and every other kind of grant that you can possibly apply for from LCIF as a district and a district governor, and then also the Facebook information. Remember back when we were looking at an agenda and we were looking at the GAT LCIF track. This is how you, if you're interested and want to talk to LCIF staff, book a meeting with one of them. And they are monitoring this website on a regular basis, so you should hear back from them fairly quickly. I believe it's within a day to 2 days that they're saying at the latest. And you basically fill out this form as to what it is you're looking for. And I'm going to fill this out. I already filled one of these out, so it knows me. And I am 27D1. And I want to know more about LCIF grants. And I'm typing testing so that my LCIF person doesn't need to get back to me. So I can put this in here and hit submit. And that means someone from LCIF will reach out to me. If I fill out this side of it, if I actually want to book a meeting specifically with an LCIF staff member and not just get an email back for an email conversation. Oops, sorry, typing is apparently not my strong point right now. I now can pick my language, my constitutional area, again, my district number. And I want to talk with these people about Campaign 100 regional funding. I give them at least 2 dates, and I'm going to make this up because this is a test. Submit. And you'll be able to hear from an LCIF staff member to set up a meeting with them. So 2 ways you can reach out to staff from the LCIF Lions Clubs International Foundation, either requesting an email or requesting a meeting. And then we have the same thing with our GAT team available, which your GAT team is a global action team. And you're going to be working very closely with your GAT teams this next year as the global membership approach rolls out and continues to roll out for those of us that have already had it. So as you go to the GAP page, there is a link to district goals. There's a link to the how to set up your goals video. There's a link to My Lion video on how to use it. There's all kinds of information here for you that's easy to find and easy to access through the Chime Live platform. Clicking on these links takes you out to one of the websites, to the LCI website, excuse me. And there you are at the goals page that you all, I'm sure, are spending a lot of time with right now, or will soon be spending a lot of time with as we move along. So this is the same setup with the either asking for an email message or being able to book an appointment with them. So you can just go through and fill it out. Any questions on the GAT and LCIF staff requests?
Jody, this is Jeanette. Can you go back to the LCIF
I sure can.
tab? And when I click on like grant toolkit, it gives me that lionsclub.org refused to connect. And I just wanted to see if it's just me.
Well, if we can get this to come in, we'll find out. I clicked on it. I was on this page last week and it worked, but let's see what happens here.
Dwayne here, it's giving me the same message as well.
Yeah, me too.
So for me, it's an issue with my browser because I'm working on Firefox. If you can see this, it says that Firefox will not allow it. But if I click on that and hit OK, it lets it go there.
Okay.
Because
So-
I'm on, what am I on?
Chrome?
No.
So Jeanette,
Yeah,
the other way to get there is to go to the LCIF website.
Okay.
And type in grants toolkit and
okay.
it will get you to that page as well.
I'm using Microsoft Edge.
Did you get an error message like the one I got showing on the screen right now?
No, because I'm on Microsoft, that it just told me that.
No, but did you get one for Microsoft that's similar, I mean?
No.
Okay.
No.
So if you run into problems with that, all of these pages are links off the Lions Clubs International or the LCIF websites. So you can go directly to that website and search on the topic, the title, and be able to find the page. And if you can't, please let me know and I will pull it out for you and send you a link.
Jody, I have a loaded question for you.
Uh-oh.
My second and third vice district governor are now asking me, will the training for them in the future be like this one we're having here today, or in this group of people?
So meaning partially virtual and partially face-to-face?
Yeah, and the amount of time to do all of it, you know.
So my response is that this course changes every year to a certain extent.
Okay.
They have looked at, now this will be their second year with a virtual training. And obviously last year there was no face-to-face training due to the cancellation of the convention. It is my understanding, and this is not official, that this structure, the way we are doing it this year, is likely to become the norm for going forward with training.
Okay.
It is an opportunity for us to have longer interactions and in theory, I wouldn't say better, but I mean, you at least get to meet people earlier in the year and start working together earlier in the year and then come together face-to-face at the International Convention. This is a much more cost-effective method of the training than what they were doing with that 1 week or 3 days, whatever it was, down in Chicago, Illinois area. So it is my guess that this will stay very similar going forward. How it actually plays out if they continue to have the segments over 3 weekends, or if they continue, last year they did it over 6 weekends and they did one session a weekend. That's all kind of up in the air at this point. And that's where, again, your input in those evaluations is so important, because that's the feedback they use to help gauge where they're going to go with this next year. And
Okay.
the chair of next year's committee, Elizabeth Haderer, out of the UK, is actually the vice chair this year. So she's intimately involved in the planning all year this year, and will be then taking the lead next year. So it all kind of plays in together.
Good deal. Thank you.
Yeah, great question.
Jody, may I have a comment? SK here.
Sure.
In fact, all these contents and courses are very good as we are going through it, and I've adapted some of them so that we can teach our, not say teach lah, facilitate with our leaders in our district. That means some of the points, like your hearts and head and the guts, are good lessons to impart to the future leaders in our own district. So I think this is a very good aftermath of the COVID, if you like, Thank you.
Great comments. And that head, heart, and guts assessment that you all got is a really lovely gift from Lions Clubs International to help us each see ourselves in things we may not have recognized before and give some insights. So thank you. Excuse me, SK, I think you're spot on. And I think I'm glad to hear that this is working well for you as well. All right, let's go back to Chime. We're almost done. And I'm going to ask all of you to turn on your cameras. Actually, I'm going to turn this off for a second because I want to get a picture of all this. If all of you could turn on your camera, I'm going to turn off my chat window here and my participant screen, because we're going to take a picture of ourselves. And the reason we're going to take a picture of ourselves is we're then going to upload it to the Chime Live website and be able to go from there. So let me get my fingers in the right spot so I can save this. And let's all, should we smile? Should we make faces? My friend Richard Stevenson always, just a big cheesy smile always works with everyone. Are y'all ready? Y'all look good. Here we go. All right, so let me hit this. And I'm going to save this. All right. So while I'm taking care of making sure we can make this picture look good here for a second, you all can talk amongst yourselves. And how about you share how your goal setting is going? Has anyone, I know Greg, I think it was, sent me his draft goals. Has anyone else had a chance to meet with the rest of their incoming GAT team and vice district governors yet?
Yep, I met with my team.
I have also.
I've got my goals done. Sort of.
Burl. I have some goals done, but I keep changing them. So
Yeah. Ours is a first draft. We're going to meet again after they've thought about it for a little bit longer, just to make sure that's what they're solid with.
Mm-hmm.
Now, while Jody's doing that, Jeanette, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Under the area where it's talking about the points we get, I don't know if you've looked at that or not. You've got something like 200 and something points or whatever, and I've got only 97. What am I doing wrong?
You know what? On my lunch hour, you know what I do? I go into my connections and I just connect with everybody. Anybody who pops up, I'm trying to get all of our team on there.
Mhm.
And that's where you get points. And you get points when you click on stuff like resources and look through that, and all of it, there's points for it.
Okay.
There's some
Okay.
that are in like 1,000 points.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing, because that is a lot and we haven't even started yet. So before you guys get all click happy in there, they are resetting all of that this weekend. I think it's Sunday or Monday. I think Sunday, because they want to make sure everything's fresh. We actually officially start the course, which is officially starting on Monday. So whatever we're doing right now is going to disappear as well. So just so you know, I'm going to actually go back to sharing my screen here, because you guys looked fantastic on that. I should put a big Bozo the Clown nose on mine, but let's go look at this photo gallery thing. So they have a whole bunch of fun things you can do in here. So you can take a photo and click by taking a photo or uploading from your device. So here's my upload. I just took this picture of us and I'm going to upload it. Hey, we look good. So I'm going to hit upload and the photo is submitted. It was that easy. So if I wanted to take a picture of myself, which I'm going to show you, but I'm not going to do because I really don't, you can click on, oopsie, cancel. Why is it not going into that? I was just here the other day. Don't want it to be here. Oh, well. Anyways, you can take a picture from your phone or from your device that you're on if you so chose. I personally don't really need a picture of myself, so I didn't do that. That does take a day to 2 days to possibly get uploaded. The Team's Spirit Gallery is another location where you can see some of the team spirit that's going on. And there's a lot of pictures that have been dropped into here as well at this point. And we'll be able to see ours in there, possibly if we make it in before they delete them all. So this will be an ongoing spot to just kind of share pictures. I did try to upload a video, by the way, earlier today and discovered that you cannot upload videos. So it's just photos at this point. So we may come up with something fun to be able to do to go forward and be able to upload photos or a photo or a series of photos for us as we move along here. So questions on the photo area?
Yeah, you can do an individual picture and then put it on there?
You sure can.
What if you've already got it saved on Drive? Can you do that?
Once you get in there, you can see, when I did the take a photo, it actually goes directly to my drive because I was where I was last. And I've got a picture of Brian's penguin here. So you just go to wherever in your, whichever folder you've got it saved in and you hit open and it will show you what the picture is.
Okay.
You can add a caption.
Are we supposed to add one on our profile?
Yes, we're going to do that in a second. That's
Okay.
different. So I just said Chip is in the house and that'll go into the Team Spirit Gallery possibly. So that's what that piece is. So we're going to get into that in just a second. We're almost done here. The discussion forum is literally a spot like you would see in any message board where you can put out group 19 here. It's got one message they put out here and we can run an ongoing discussion in here for our group. This is going to get very busy. Again, this is deleting and getting cleared out this weekend, but it'll start all over again. So that is coming as well.
So everything's getting deleted out?
Just the discussion forum and the photos.
Okay.
Your profiles will stay. My understanding is I don't know actually if our points are being deleted or not. I am not sure about that.
Okay.
So I created my profile. You can see here, if you click profile, I can go in and change anything I want to change in here. I've got my e-business card that I've been able to create that's got my photo. Very much like your social media, if you want to add a photo, you simply click on that and which one is this? It takes either JPEGs or PNGs and you can update it and change your photo to whatever you'd like. Connect is your way to reach out to your fellow governors and the rest of us. I haven't been here for a couple of days. So Jeanette wants to connect. Hey, look at Jeanette. To connect with someone.
It took you long enough. I'm just kidding.
I actually sent a bunch of these out to some people last week when we were getting trained on this. And I'm like, I don't know that they've actually been there yet. So you can go in and you can select, you can go and find connections. You can get contacts from across the world. Whomever you'd like to look up, you can search for them and try to connect with them. This shows the people that I've connected with so far. And it shows their e-business card. You also can get to your chat from here if you have a chat going with someone, and that whole deal about checking what your engagement level is. You can go in here and see how you're doing in the game. So that is there as well. The follow us, there's social media. There's a social feed that you can add a post to if you would so choose as we get through this. This is, I know, being deleted, but this last piece is really important. It is the help desk. So this help desk is live, as you can see. They're fully available during event times, including weekends. Outside of event hours, you can get a response between 7 a.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday. So there's all kinds of information here. There's live assistance if it's in the time that they're available. There is how to export your contacts. There's go in here and click these frequently asked questions, how to do it. All of the pieces are there. So I think notifications might be where we can learn to download. No, that's not the same thing. So anyways, the help desk may become a very popular area for you. Questions on what we've looked at so far? You can see
Dwayne here, just a quick question. You
Sure.
say this weekend they will kind of wipe it clean, photos, et cetera. When it comes back, then that will remain permanent
through June 30th.
through June. Okay, all right.
So if you find, if you're looking here's those photos could come in handy, depending on what gets uploaded. We might find some great pictures you can use to help motivate your people. We could look at a challenge where we're looking for people to send in service pictures of their most unique service projects. There could be a lot of interesting pieces in there that you could be, as you're monitoring those photos, downloading those photos potentially and using them to help motivate your own clubs and members to do more service. So,
Great.
And that's basically, and I know I'm a little over here, but that's really what Chime Live is. Over here, you can log out. You can see if you've got anything bookmarked and any notifications you might have, just the basic things that you would look at. So your key areas, as I said before, are the agenda that you'll be in a lot and the evaluation. The rest are things that you're going to be in and out of as we move along. So how are you all feeling? Questions?
I'm looking forward to it, actually. I'm feeling good about it. I'm excited to get started. The quicker we get started, the quicker we get finished. Perhaps that's what I'm excited. I don't know. I'm excited to get through it.
Anyone else? So we start on a week from today at 7 p.m. Central, which is basically the same time we started this evening. And I believe our session is right at the 2 hours. The items that you should bring to every session are, and let's see if we can make these visible. Your pre-assignment workbook, yes, very good, HK. Yours looks a little different than this, but your binder that you've got for your participant manual and your something to take notes on. You can take notes in your participant manual and in your pre-assignment booklet, but you may need extra paper depending on what we're talking about. The other thing that you need for next Friday, oh yeah, and a pen, something to write with would be a good idea. Thank you, Dale. The other thing for next Friday is you each should have received a little paw print stickers in your box from LCI. You're going to get an email from me later this week. I didn't want to add it to that super long email earlier today that tells you which of the groups you're in and which color paw print you're going to use. We're using that for the trivia game we're going to play. There you go, exactly. David had his up. We're going to use that for the trivia game that we're playing next week. So that will be how we denote which team each of us is on. And fair warning, we're going to have some fun. There's some shenanigans and fun. I don't know if you all got a chance to look at the meeting etiquette video today, but it made me laugh because I liked the Brady Bunch. I grew up with the Brady Bunch, and to find one on Zoom meetings was entertaining to me. So there's a number of entertaining videos that we've been provided and more that we're adding. And so all of those things should be a lot of fun. So
do we have to sing that?
That's a great idea.
Oh, no. I'll take the wet noodle.
Thanks, Greg.
I'm just speaking for myself, Jeanette.
No, I mean, bringing up that should we sing it? Now it's going to be in my head all day long.
Yeah, next time you do karaoke, some bar or someplace, ask them if they'll bring that one up for you to sing.
Right?
You got the
Uh,
link now.
Yeah, Jody will next Fridays be by Zoom again, like tonight?
It will, but it will be through the Chime Live platform. You will get your access by going to the agenda on the Chime page and pulling up the link through there.
Okay,
And it's not a link, it's a button that you push that says join the live session.
okay, so we just go to sessions on Chime and then we'll see it and click on it.
Correct. The other thing I wanted to let you all know, a number of you aren't able to attend all the sessions. Even if you are at a session and there's questions during the week, I will make myself available to put together a one-off conversation with you to answer your questions, or we can do a Zoom that we get together and have a conversation. We have that 1 week break, which is very lucky for you all, because when we come back from that 1 week break is when we're going to be talking about your team and everything. So there's a pretty good sized pre-assignment in there for you with that one. So you've got a little bit of extra time to get that done. So you can take a look at that if you haven't done so already. Those pre-assignments are really important, especially since we're going to be sending you into so many breakout rooms to learn from each other and work with each other. So just important pieces of it. And by the way, you're all talking during the online training. I'm going to have checklists to make sure you all talk and share. So just be prepared that it's really important. I think it helps enhance your learning, and we get to learn from everyone. And it's cool to hear all the different accents. I mean, I don't have one at all.
Yes,
but
you
the rest
do.
of you.
No, you do. We do. Up north here, we do.
I know. I was being funny.
All my family from Alabama, that's where my husband's from. So they all think that I'm from Canada. And I said, I'm not from Canada. And they're like, you talk like the Queen. And I'm like, no, I don't. And they're telling me I have an accent. Whatever.
Actually, I quite wonder whether do you hear us Asians have an accent in speaking English?
Mm-hmm.
We do also, huh? Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Yeah, yours sounds like a Canadian accent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Just
prepare
like the
myself for
Queen.
Montreal.
Just like the Queen. So that's what I had for you all tonight. There's going to be a series of emails coming out from me, at least one a week, with the pre-work. I'm trying to figure out a way to make them not completely obnoxious, because some of them are pretty long, but it'll have links and really have all the pieces in it. And as I said in today's email, many of you have already done all of the items that are there. It's just really yes, I'm done with the pre-work. I can just relax and enjoy the live trainings. So yeah. Excellent. Well, that's what I had for you. If there's nothing else, it's awesome to see you all. We're going to get to see a lot of each other over the next month. It'll be great. And as soon as I hear anything from LCI about those that are not attending the face-to-face in Montreal, I will get that out to you all to make sure that you can make plans as need be for whatever it is. SK, I did specifically ask not only about the training sessions, but I did ask about the DGE, your induction and installation as district governors as well. So we'll be able to go from there, and we'll know what the plan is sooner than later, and should give you plenty of time to plan.
Jody,
Thank
are we
you,
going to
thank
have
you.
group 20 meet in Montreal as a
In
group?
Montreal, we will be doing training in a group in Montreal. And
Great.
also I don't have the details yet, so I haven't really given you the fair warning, but we don't have to sing, but we will have a group chant that those of us that are in Montreal will be doing live at the DGE school. So as part of the rally that's coming. Maybe I'm not supposed to talk about that. I don't know. No one tells me. People don't tell me what I'm supposed to say and not say, but we will be having a chant contest. So as soon as I get the details on that, I'm going to send it to all of you. And it's up to you as a group to come up with what our chant is. And we'll set up some practice times and figure out any fun little pom-poms or whatever we need, and we'll go from there.
Are we supposed to bring our computers with us to Montreal?
That is a great question. One, I hadn't even contemplated because I don't go anywhere without my laptop. So
No.
I'll get back to you on that. We
Okay.
are going to have a session about, at the end of the virtual DGE school, we have a session about getting ready for Montreal. And there'll be some information there. And then also we'll be getting together in early June just to wrap up the final parts of that. So we'll have all those details.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, you all stay safe. And we will see you in 1 week when we'll have our little paw prints and we'll be ready to go.
I'm excited.
Awesome. So
Bye.
excited. Thank you all.
Good night, everybody.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Jody.
Jody.
See you next week.
Thank you, everyone. See you.
Bye.
Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Stay warm.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.